Hello and welcome to another episode of RateOrRoast MyRig. It's been a hot minute. I apologize. I've been, busy quitting my band and stuff, but that's all hearsay. That doesn't matter right now. Right now, we're going to rate and probably roast some rigs. Let's just dive right into it, shall we? Starting off correct. So first, right away, I'm noticing the two PV 5150 412s, which were actually pretty great cabs. I mean, depending on what you wanted to use them with. For crazy Doom related stuff, yes, fantastic for that. They were certainly loud. The one I had was just ear-splittingly loud. You have a PV T40 guitar and a T60 bass, I believe. I'm probably getting those wrong. However, they're T-Series 4060. I don't know the difference off the top of my head. I don't remember. However, so sick. Couple of bass rigs. That PV bass on the left, the head, is pretty much identical to the very first proper amplifier head I ever had that my uncle gave me, and I gigged with it with a metal zone into the front of it for like 4 years. It was awesome. A couple of Sovtek MIG heads. I mean, really, what am I gonna say about this? You're outside, it's on your deck. I feel like you took this picture just for me. We're starting off on a high note here. I mean, I'm gonna give you 4.5 out of 5 beards. Ooh, I believe this is the very first head-first amp that we have ever had on RateOrRoast MyRig, on top of a JCM 900 1960 412 cab. And we have an Aristides, which is just in a lovely color. No one does colors like Aristides. The board is cluttered and packed together, but I like it. Also, bonus beards for your cable management. You clearly are a gigging guy and you have a loom, keeping it nice and tidy. I mean, I know I'm supposed to roast these things. You guys are making it quite difficult because there's nothing really to roast about these so far. The head is off center from the cab. Deducting a beard for that. You could have centered your amp a little bit better. But nevertheless, I'm gonna still give this rig 4 out of 5 beards. Okay, I don't know why. This is my weird brain. At home, we call this Dad's Shrine. Don't go near Dad's Shrine. This looks like the best possible scenario for Indiana Jones, right? Those two little heads on the EVH 5153 EL34. It looks like he's gonna come up. He's gonna take the statue and put a bag of sand on it and then run. But it's just his wife is gonna run after you. I don't know your wife. I don't even know if you're married. I'm just making jokes. First of all, there's a lot going on here. You got your cables, you got your guitars hanging, you got a couple of Schecters, you got a couple of LTDs. Very cool guitars. I love the yellow and orange LTD. And I mean, what are you gonna say about a 5153 EL34? But that it's sick. Angled cab. Your pedal board looks like a little homemade wooden affair. It looks very, very functional. I know I'm supposed to roast these, but like even got a little patch bay built in on the side of the pedal board. I mean, what am I gonna say here, guys? Your cable management on the side behind the acoustic guitar is, it's a little sus, if I'm totally honest with you. However, I do like the fact that you have extra packs of Dunlop picks up on the hanger as if you were in a retail store. So if one of your buddies comes over, you're like, hey, you wanna pick some picks? You got the the seatbelt strap. You have a couple little dangly things, but really the skulls are a little creepy, to be honest with you. However, Daddy's Shrine is Daddy's Shrine, and he chooses his shrine and what goes into the shrine. And I will say that this gets 3.5 out of 5 beards. Now here we have a vibe. This is the vibe den, as it were. You got a little recording setup. You got a couple of cool guitars hanging on the wall. You got a Gibson SG, you have a Fender Jazzmaster, and then you have a Duesenberg, which is pretty cool. Couple of combo amps, you know, Mesa, Fender. You got an Ernie Ball Music Man Luke and a Les Paul on the floor. And you also have a dog. I love your rug. I like your chair. I like the general vibe of this because what this room says to me is you take your playing seriously. However, you know, you also like to watch, you know, some cartoons. Tom and Jerry with with Jerry Garcia instead of Jerry the Mouse is funny. You know what? It looks like you probably take part in the Ganj. There's nothing wrong with that. I support that. And I don't know. You're probably a generally a funny guy as well. Now, rules are rules around here. I don't make up the rules. I just follow them here on Riffs, Beards, and Gear. And you have a dog. I love dogs, and dogs do not deserve humans, in my opinion. And with that, this rig gets 5 out of 5 beards. All right, what is this, Stoner Rock episode? I guess it is. You have a jazz chorus, so you have the super clean Police, guitar amp, the Metallica clean tones. Then you have a bunch of dry pedals and fuzz pedals with a bunch of offset guitars, starting with a Dunable R2 on the left, a Gibson Firebird in the middle, and then a Gibson RD 40th anniversary reissue. I mean, what am I even gonna say about this? You have a bunch of dry pedals from Earthquaker Devices, couple of Boss pedals, couple MXR. I mean, yeah, and it's all behind, or it's all in front of your record collection. So you can put on a record and then jam along to it if you want. I mean, that's pretty sick. Also, I don't think I've ever seen a Dunable R2 with a trim. That's interesting. I didn't know when Sasha started doing that, but I'd back that completely. This is clean. This is real clean. The board's clean. You guys know how I support my Stoner Rock brethren. This is nasty. I love how the Dunable looks like it was built in the 70s. Pretty cool. With that, God, I know I'm supposed to roast these, but these are such good rigs. I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 beards. Yes, if this were a museum, I would call this the utilitarian display. We have a toolbox with a bunch of stickers from years of accumulation. We have a Fender Tele, we have a 5-string jazz bass, and then we have an Epiphone Les Paul, followed by a Line 6 Catalyst combo. We have a Line 6, that's not the Spider combo, but a Line 6 combo nonetheless. Then we have a Fender combo, and then we have a bass amp. Couple of pedals. We have pretty suspect cable management, especially up there on the toolbox. And we have some nice pictures because you know what? This is a museum after all, and these things are properly displayed. This looks like one of those museum displays where like it's interactive, so people can like pick it up and like play and stuff. That's what this looks like. I don't know why, but that's what it looks like to me. Like, oh, we're reliving. This is when Post Malone started playing. This is what his exact bedroom corner was like. I don't know why I referenced Post Malone. However, my point stands. Also, why do you have a painting of a chicken with a helmet on it? Let's talk about that. Or a clown standing in front of a rocket ship. Let's talk about that. Send in another picture. Show me that painting. Just pan up a little bit. Overall though, I'm gonna give you 3 out of 5 beards. Okay, now we have a super random metalhead amplifier from Fender just under a table. I think you meant to post this in the subreddit Perfect Fit. Just slides right in there. I don't know what kind of cab that's on. You have a keyboard, and then you have a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 interface next to some records. This literally looks like, you know, when you're walking through, like when your girlfriend drags you to like a nice women's clothing store and they have like the weird displays on the end of like the mannequins doing something. This looks like what the mannequins are like looking at or playing. Like there's mannequins playing some musical instruments, people, but like they don't actually play, so they don't know what they're actually even doing. This looks like one of those. Like this is definitely in an H&M or a Gap or something. And there's probably a Doc Martens display right next to it, just out of frame. A metalhead, that's so random. That's so random. These are like solid state amplifiers that were supposed to be like super new metal and like, they were awful. I think they were solid state, right? They were solid state. At any rate, I'm gonna give this rig 1.5 out of 5 beards. And last but not least, we have a Mesa Boogie nut on our hands. We have a JP2C. We have 2 JP2C amplifier heads with a rectifier. We have a bunch of JP Music Mans. We have a Hetfield Snakebite. We have a bunch of guitars in the rack, and we have a dog, guys. I know you guys are gonna crush me in the comments. I am sorry. This rig is nasty though. This is nast, as we say in the business. The pedal board's tidy. The cable management, pretty tidy. The straps on the guitars hanging on the wall is just ridiculous looking. Just stop that. Just stop. However, I like the fact that you have your cases there on the right corner, and your dog looks like such a good boy or girl. What a good dog. What a good dog. There's nothing more I can say. My job here is done. Again, I don't make the rules. I only follow them here on the channel. This is automatic 5 out of 5 beards. And that does it for this episode of Rate or Roast My Rig. If you'd like to submit your own rig for rating and/or roasting, feel free to shoot me a photo from the link down below in the description. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.